Welcome to the fourth episode of Just Jared. I know I publicized an episode last week, late in the week, maybe Thursday, Friday, but I felt the need to make a rushed episode just due to the fact that we lost a legend, Whitney Houston, and I'd like to take a moment, just a short moment, of silence for her. Now, with that all being done, I would also like to bring up the whole aspect of the fact that she is a legend, we lost her. I feel like it was sudden and it was very unexplained. There's a lot still to it. I feel like there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we just don't know about. Such as the fact that, she performed on Friday, performed a gospel song, was perfectly fine. Interviewed Clive Davis, Monica, and Brandy's interview to go give Brandy a note. Now, what's in that note? Like, maybe that has signs of what happened, what went down. Maybe the note has something to do with Whitney's affair with Ray J. Like, it's not really explained, but there is a note that Brandy received that, it'd be great to know what, like, she was reaching out to Brandy for. Also, I promised I wasn't going to say nothing about this topic until later on, but I have a strong feeling it has something to do with the Illuminati. I'm just saying the way about this death went completely different than a lot of them do. Like, it was announced in the middle of the night, when in reality a lot of stars' deaths do not get notified until early morning, late afternoons, never really at night. Like, I learned about her death at 7 o'clock at night, which was just a shock, because even with Michael Jackson, we was told that he was rushed to the hospital, never declared that he was actually dead until the next morning. I just find a lot of shit with this situation funny, and I just feel like Illuminati played a key part in this. Maybe Whitney was going back into a religious death, like depth in her career, like she was going back to her spirituality, where she came from, and maybe Illuminati wasn't failing that. Because in all reality, Illuminati is about devil worship and having the success now rather than later. And I just feel like, maybe when the artist wants to leave, there's no really easy way out. You either look crazy or you die. And I feel like if you're a legend, you're gonna die because you have a whole lot more power than an iconic singer would, or just an iconic actor or whatever. I think if you're a legend, a lot of people listen to you more than they would listen to like Rihanna saying shit like this. But as for that, I feel like a lot of shit's gonna hit the roof when the true answers come out, and I just find it funny. I just feel like it's unexplained, and answers are needed just to give people closure. I also feel that her tribute at the Grammys, Jennifer Hudson did her thing. She showed that she had compassion, and LL Cool J did the prayer, and that was all great. You notice it was a lot of the black artists that was giving tribute to her more than the white artists. And I also feel that they could have did the tribute a whole lot more better. Like, they could have added more artists. They could have had a lot more people performing. A lot more people singing different versions of her songs their way, with a little hint of her way. I just feel like the tribute wasn't enough. Like, it's not like she was Donna Cornelius or Etta James, who had passed a while longer, but she had just died that previous weekend because she was there getting ready to attend the Grammys. Like, I'm telling you, if the Grammys wasn't there, would she still have been dead if she didn't go to the Grammys, to the same area that everyone was going for the Grammys? Could she still have been alive if she just stayed home and watched the Grammys on TV like regular people do? Like, these are questions that aren't really answered, that should probably, like, we're probably never gonna get answers for, but they're questions I have in my mind. Also with the Grammys, I feel that Chris Brown and Rihanna, this is both your chance to redeem yourself after the 3 years that you guys got into the fight on your way to the Grammys. Now, my thing with Chris Brown, you lip synced. Like, you should have just performed live, whether your voice was ready for it or not, because Rihanna didn't sound all that great, but you know what? She did her thing live, and she made the stage hers, even though she looked like a crack whore. Black lipstick and the fucking fucked up hair, laying on the ground and singing about the same shit. Like, were you dedicating that song to Chris Brown? Because, he did perform before you. Like, were you trying to let him know that we found love in a fucking random place? Like, is that the case? But Chris Brown, like, you really did nothing. You ran up some stairs, you jumped around some blocks, you basically put on a light show and lip sync. Like, you lip sync another nigga's part. Like, that's how horrible you look. Like, you could tell you were lip syncing because you were lip syncing another nigga's part. That wasn't even your part in the song. So it's like, you didn't do all you could have did for being invited back after 3 years. Like, you should have went all out, not put on a light show where you're jumping and running upstairs. Like, come on, anybody can do that. Like, you did the same moves that I see you do in every video and every dance that you do. You was doing some flips, you was doing your little pop and lock in that you always do. Like, that shit gets old. You gotta kind of move on and do bigger things when you're invited to something that big. I'd like to also give props to Katy Perry. You know, you did your thing after a hard divorce, your first public appearance. It was awesome. You premiered your new song, which has been leaked for a while. So we knew the song was going to come back around. We just didn't know when you were going to start playing around with it. And it was a great time to do it during the Grammys. You did your little thing with E.T., but the whole sci-fi, like, the Grammys was just doing too much, which made me question the Grammys with the whole Illuminati aspect as well. Like, first we're singing about aliens, and then Nicki Minaj had the possession on stage. She brought the Pope as her date. Like, she did a Lady Gaga performance. Like, Nicki Minaj's performance was a Lady Gaga performance. Like, you got exercised on stage. Like, you were hovering in the air. You were singing. Like, the songs sound awesome. And I really think if you wanted people to understand what you were saying in your song, you probably should release the track on iTunes the night of the Grammys, because you know what? I honestly didn't hear everything you were saying. I honestly was struggling to hear half the verses, but I just felt like you went above and beyond doing a Lady Gaga performance. Like, it was just way too much going on at once, and it was just kind of eerie and kind of spooky. Like, I don't expect that from Lady Gaga. Like, I feel like you're leaving your hip-hop genre where you came out from, and you're slowly moving into the pop genre, and I don't know if that's a good look for you. I get it gets you the money because you have all these fans that are listening to you, but in all retrospective, I feel like you need to stick to where you came from, and not be so brainwashed to do other genres. Like, make your appearances, make yourself big, but also remember where you came from. You came from the hip-hop, and that's what we want. That's what your fans want, is your hip-hop music, not this bubblegum pop shit that we're getting. Because if that's the case, we would just sit there and listen to Britney Spears. That's what the bubblegum pop whole aspect is. Also, I'd like to welcome back Adele. You did your thing. It was awesome. It was great. I also am so astonished that your voice is back to where it was. I am very proud of you, and I honestly thought your career would be completely different and your voice would be completely different after the operation. Like, I'm so astonished you kept your song to the roots. You just performed your music, and that's all it was. You're about your music. You're not about all the glitz and the glamours and the shows and, like, the performances in the background. You're about your voice in the stuff you're saying, and that's why I respect you as an artist, and you deserved every award you won last night. Also, I wanted to also talk about the Jennifer Hudson tribute. I appreciated it. It was a really great tribute. You did your thing, and it was really good for me to see, like, your whole aspect on Whitney Houston. Because honestly, I could see that Whitney Houston must have been idol to you, because the fact that it hit a note for you and, it affected you, that just shows that she was important to you, whether you met her or not. Also, the Beach Boys, that was great. Nice seeing you guys do your thing. All the other performances, they were good to the par, but the Grammys in overall was very upsetting. It was very boring, and it wasn't as entertaining as I thought it could have been and thought it would have been. I just feel like you guys could have did a whole lot better with the Grammys. As for my next topic, I'd like to discuss the whole Don Cornelius, and the whole Lil Wayne performing and the techno playing their tribute to it, as well as just watching Lil Wayne come out and do his thing on the Grammys was kind of interesting. Once again, there was way too much going on with a lot of these performances. I didn't hear a lot of verses when it involved rapping in it because the music was too much over it and there was too much going on. I felt like next time around Grammys, don't make the events so big that I can't hear what I'm listening to, because that's the whole point of it. Music. We like to hear what the artist is saying. I'm gonna speak about, in my next topic right now, Valentine's Day, because it just seems to be the biggest thing that everyone's talking about on Facebook, Twitter, and all that. And honestly, I just find it pointless. I feel like if you're in a relationship and you really love the person you're with, every day should be Valentine's Day. You should show love to your partner every day if that is truly what you believe. Like, Valentine's Day is just a commercial holiday for people to spend money and spend unnecessary shit to prove that they love somebody. But it's like, do you really need to spend all this unnecessary bullshit to prove that you love somebody? Because you shouldn't have to spend money if you love somebody. Like, that defeats the whole purpose. Love is a feeling that money can't buy. You can't buy someone's love with money, and I honestly think that the whole aspect of Valentine's Day, people just need to get over it. It's not a real holiday. It's a commercial holiday made by the Hallmark company to get you to spend their money and say that you love somebody. And I know half the time you guys just rush and look for Valentine's Day just so you're not alone on Valentine's Day. But to me, Valentine's Day is a Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's nothing serious. It's just another day, and I'm gonna go about it another day. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna smoke my blaze. I'm gonna call it a day and just do what I do normally on a day-to-day basis, because I'm not sitting there forcing shit because some made-up holiday is forcing me to. And like I said, that's probably another thing for the Illuminati, which wraps up in with the Grammys. Illuminati, come on. It's about the government wanting you to spend money. The more money that they get from you guys, the more in debt you get. And you gotta put yourself in debt over some, like, stupid-ass holiday? You're gonna sit there and lose money on some stupid-ass holiday? Like, if you love your girl, just get her a rose because it's Wednesday and you just want to show her how much you love her. Or because it's Saturday and you just want to take her out because you think she deserves to be wined and dined. You don't have to sit there and act out and go about above and beyond for Valentine's Day. It's not necessary. And I honestly think by next year, if you guys are still sitting there on Facebook and Twitter talking about Valentine's Day from months in advance, like, you should probably just kill yourself. Because it's really pointless. Valentine's Day is a commercial holiday. Stop going above and beyond and fucking wasting time. And, I just think those are the topics I really wanted to address. And as well, like, come on, Nicki Minaj getting the Pope to go to the Grammys, that's just funny. Think about that. Illuminati is not just government and artists and entertainment. It's religion, too. The religion plays an aspect in the whole Illuminati aspect. So come on, Illuminati, an exorcism, the Pope, going to the Grammys. Like, this all kind of fits into play, and then Whitney Houston passing. Like, all the artists have said, oh, it's sad, it's sad. But no one has actually sat there and broke down, except for Bobby Christina, her daughter. No one has actually really let this hit them hard, because, honestly, they all saw something like this coming. And it's whether they want to use the drugs as an excuse. Like I said, you should always look into things. Don't be blindsided. Don't be blind-eyed. You gotta keep in mind, a lot of shit's going on behind your back that you don't know about. And you should probably do some research, because you know what? In the end of the day, you want to be aware of what's going to happen instead of getting hit blindsided. Because when you get hit blindsided, it just adds more fear and chaos to the whole equation. Don't let them scare you. Don't let them phase you. At the end of the day, you got to just look at what's right. If you're doing something and you know it's right and you're not willing to sell your soul to some devil to get some riches now and you want to wait for your riches later when you pass, that's what you should go about. Like I said, didn't want to start on the Illuminati topics, but if you ever have a question or you just want me to talk more about it, let me know. Once again, thank you for coming to Just Jared 2.0. This is the 4th episode, and I'm sorry if I feel like this is rushed and I'm just babbling, but like I said, I felt like it was necessary. We lost a legend, and we only have very few living legends. So, thank you for coming. Follow me at Prince Rico Suave. Once again, there's a new Just Jared web show on Facebook. Just type in Just Jared, one word, web show, separate words, and you can find the Facebook. Add me, message me on there with questions, ideas, or whatever. And keep in mind, this is going to be big. I'm going on with the show. As much as I go on, new shit comes around, and there'll be new stuff to look forward to. If there's any more challenges, like the cinnamon challenge I did, notify me. I'll look into them, and I'll see if I'm willing to take a bet and do one of the challenges on another web show. Thank you for coming, and stay up.